Welcome to the software demonstration for RTO Advantage. This is our cloud-based integrations RTO software combined with a learning management system as well. So the first screen that you're greeted with is the login screen. You'll just type in your details in there and then click sign in. If you're logged in as an administrator or as a teacher, the first screen that you'll be greeted with is the student management section. At the top of that page, you'll see a drop-down menu. In here, you're able to search using either the first name, last name, or student number. So if I just do a quick search, I can see that, select the student that I'm after, and underneath that, it will give me all the information in relation to that student. The top section here has got some general info, first name, last name, other VETMIS requirement fields. It also does VETMIS requirement checks as well. So if you try to delete my first name, and you try to update it, it won't let you. And now it's happy. Just underneath that, you will see the student notes section. In here, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you want to click if you want to make a new student note, you just click the new button, put in a date, type some note, any hyperlink or resources that might be associated with it, and then that'll come up in here. To get rid of the note, you just delete, and it's gone. This section here as well is where it allows you to email the student. So if you click the email button here, a pop-up comes up, you type in the subject, hi student, and something in the body here. And you can send that email, and it will give you a confirmation up that it's been sent to the student, and then I'll also place that note in here to give you a record of any emails that you've sent to the student as well. Just underneath that, it's got the enrollment section. In here, it will give you information in relation to the courses that that student is enrolled in. In this case, it's only one. This is also the section where if you wanted to print out any templates in relation to that enrollment, you can. So if I select it, click print, and if I wanted to print out a statement of attainment, I just click that button, and you can see that it'll just open it up for me. And just that easy, you'll have a full document with the details populated automatically for you, the student's name, the qualifications, and the outcome of those qualifications. So there's other things there as well. So if you needed to print out their actual certificate, same thing there, just click the certificate one, and you can see that it'll print out the certificate for that student. I've got a few other templates, and if you've got any templates that you need to add on specifically, we can do that for you as well. Below that, you've got the student units and the outcomes for those units. It also allows you to option here, so you can add in a unit manually, or up here you've got add group units. So that'll allow you to just add all the units that are associated with that qualification there. This is the student payment section. So if you do payments manually, you can update those details in here. We also do have an integration with Xero. Down here are student documents. So if you need to upload any documents, driver's license, any other photo ID, or prior recognition of prior learning, that can all be done here. And all these tables work the same. So if you need to create a new one, you just click the new button, you'll choose the file that you want it to upload, and then it'll just store that document into that student's file, so other teachers or admin staff can access it. This section here is the dashboard. At the top here, I'll give you total sales per month or enrollments per month. The popular qualifications in here as well. So you can see in the demo one, there's only 2 qualifications, so not much reporting there. Underneath here, it's a custom report for all your students' information. So if you needed to find all your students that were enrolled in the qualification code BSB, you can do that. If you wanted to find out all your students that first name started with J, you can do that as well. If you wanted a specific start date or end date, trainer information, etc., you can do all that here. You can also customize the report a little bit further. So if you wanted to remove certain information from the table below, you just click the X here, and you can see the table below is updating. If you want to bring it back, you just click that and it will bring the information back. If you wanted to export that information to Excel, you just click the button here, and an Excel spreadsheet will open up and populate that information for you. The next section is the compliance section, accessed by just clicking the button on the left-hand side. Here you've got all your documentation in relation to compliance. So you've got your actual compliance documents themselves, so policies and procedures in relation to academic integrity, advertising and marketing. So this is a resource where all your staff, if they've got any questions, they can just all go in here and they can just download that document and then make sure that whatever procedure they're following is in line and up to date, rather than having documents stored in different computers or in different places. You've got your continuous improvement register underneath that, complaints register below that, and an appeals register as well. So all your compliance needs all in one place, rather than having documents stored in all different locations. The next one is the qualifications, accessed by clicking the button on the left. Over here you can see all the qualifications in relation to your business. So you can see here, if I click on the diploma of business, it'll give me the general information about the scope, and underneath that it will give me the units that I've got under my scope in relation to that qualification. And I can update all that information just the same as those other tables as well. So if I need to, I can just click whatever I want in there and just click update, and that table will automatically update and save. The next one is the units scope table. In here you can see all the individual units that you've got, and if you need to update any of that information individually, you can do that here as well. Also, obviously, you can add or delete units as required. This is the settings section. It contains all the general information in relation to your RTO. It also contains a section for if you use Stripe to accept payments, you can update it through here as well. Your staff table or your user table. This is where you can control the access for different people within your organization. Your locations table, so if you have more than one location, you populate this information, and this is part of your VETMIS reporting. Also, if you accept payments online, you can set certain vouchers where you can take 10 or 20% off a specific course, and any documents that are in relation to your RTO as well, you can upload here, and that way they all sit within the one location. Next section is the schedule section. In here, it allows you to do scheduling for your actual students as well. So at the bottom here, you can see that you've got student groups. So I can look at this and go click on my business class. I can see my business class has got 3 students assigned to it. I can obviously add new students, remove students, edit the current students in there. And then up here, I can do actual scheduling for those students. So if I wanted to start a new class today, I'll click on that date, and I would add a new title saying something like new business class, name of the teacher, number of occurrences. So this one's going to be weekly, and it's going to be over 3 weeks. Put in the time that it starts, which students are going to be a part of it. So it's going to be the business class students, and then I'll add that to schedule. So that will block out that time. And then if I click edit there, it allows me to also keep up to date of who attended these classes and who was absent from those classes as well. And then down here, you have an attendance report. So if you wanted to see who was absent or who attended all your classes, it automatically does that for you as well. The next section is the staff. Here's where you keep all the information in relation to your employees. So same as the other ones, you click the drop-down menu, select the employee that you want. You've got all your information here, start date, end date, in relation to their payments, account numbers, etc. You've got a trainer matrix down here as well, so you can put all the qualifications that your trainers have and able to deliver, and then upload any of those documents that they might have given you. So for example, if you need proof that they're able to deliver the TAE, you can just update populate that information here, and that's all stored in that one location once again. If you've got zero, we've got zero integration as well. Eventless reporting is nice and easy with this system. You've got the button over here on the left hand side. You just click it. By default, it selects the previous calendar year. If you're happy with that, you just click the submit button, click OK, and all your eventless reporting requirements are all done just with that one click. So if you open up one of these files, you can see they're all populated with information in relation to that calendar year that you have chosen. This section is the LMS. What I'll do first is I'll log in as a student so you can see exactly what the student sees, and then we'll go through on how to edit that information in the back end. So we'll log in. First thing the students are greeted with is an overview of how they're progressing and any due dates of assignments or units that they've got. They can see their outcomes and their units that they're enrolled in and due dates in relation to those units. If they want to see on how they're actually progressing with their actual course, they will click on the learning progress here, and it'll give them information that in each unit they can see that the first one they've completed 50% of it. If you click down on that, you can see a little bit more example of which one of those components they've completed and haven't completed. Under here, we've got the administration option here. So if they wanted to do a credit transfer rather than having to do a manual form, we've automated the process. So you click credit transfer request. It'll give you the course that you're enrolled in there. You select the units that you want. You read that information and make sure you're happy with it. Give this a tick. Upload any documents that you want to upload to it. So I'm just going to upload a random document, and I click submit. And that's now gone into my file as a note. The document's uploaded onto my student documents section, and the RTO has also received an email with all that information as well. And then you've got all these other request forms here as well. So if they wanted to do a refund request, recognition of prior learning, all that process is all automated and all automatically stored in the student's file. So no more needing to store emails or have them stored in different drives and folders where each person is not sure where the other person's kept their files. Outside of the administration area, the next one is they can actually view the course. So on the left-hand side, you've got the units or headings that you've chosen. Most RTOs just stick to the actual units that are associated with that diploma of business or that qualification, but you can change these to whatever you see fit. So if we click on the first one here, you can see manage budgets and financial plans. And here we've just put in some examples of different type of content you can put in there. So if you want to just show a video, you can do that. You can see that the video will load up there, and you can put some information in relation to that video. You can also put some resources or FAQs or a transcript if you wanted to. Once you've completed that, you can click on the mark as complete. That'll give you a little bit of a tick there, and it'll update your previous window that we looked at, saying that you've now completed 3 out of your 4 components for the manage budgets and financial plans. You can also just have plain text instead of having a video. So you can just put whatever information you want up there. Any attachments and information you can, in relation to that information, you can put on there as well. And the same thing here, you can put an overview, any resources. So for example, this one's got 2 attachments, which the student can just click the download button, and it'll download that information for them. Obviously, you can also do assessments. So here's an example one here. You can put the question comes up there. The student's answer goes in here. When the student's ready to submit, they can put in my new answer, and they just click submit. They'll update the submit section there. They can also upload any documents or files that they need to by just dragging and dropping in here. And here as well is if the instructor or the student has previously uploaded files, they can see that in there as well. So you can see the student files, they've uploaded these ones here, and the teacher has uploaded these files here as well, so the student can download them if it's a requirement for this assessment. When they're ready, they just click the Submit Assessment button, and then that will notify the teacher that this assessment is waiting to be marked. You can also do a multiple choice quiz type assessment. So here's an example of that. When you click the Start Quiz button, you're greeted with a question, and you can set a timer if you desire. Once you've read the question, you can just select the answer, and then once you click Complete, it'll give you a score of what you achieved with that one. So you can see in this example, there's only one question. I got that correct, so it's 1 out of 1, and it gives me 100%. And that information is stored onto my file as well. This is also a section on the right-hand side, which is both available to the quizzes and the normal assessments, where you can see the previous submissions. So you can see that this person's had a lot of different submissions on the right-hand side, but for from a compliance point of view, that if you wanted to view the previous ones, you can just click on that. It'll populate that information down here. So you can see it was quiz attempt number 11. We'll give you the student number, the question, the answer, what the result was, and what the date was. You can also set a limit of how many times they can take these assessments as well. When you're happy with that, you just click the print button, and then you can just print that off if you desire, or you can just leave it as is. We'll now have a look at the backend for the learning management system. So once you click on that button, it'll give you all the courses that are in relation to your RTO. So if we select Diploma of Business again, you can see that the image that the student sees is on the top right-hand side here, the course title and the course code. And you can see these are all the units that the student saw on their screen. So if I wanted to change the name of it, I can just change name here and just click Update, and that will now, students will now just see that new name. And you can see here, this is the exact information that the students saw here. So video example, we had a video in there, and you can see that, yep, that's the video that the student saw, and that's the information that they saw down there. The plain content one as well, you can see that this is the information. And I can update this just by, once again, that if I want to click in here, I can, and I just click Update Content. I can also update the actual content that the student was seeing by going up here, typing some more information there, and then just scrolling down and clicking Update, and now that's updated as well. Same thing with the bottom section here, that if I wanted to update that, it's the exact same process. It allows me to attach files, allows me to upload new videos. If I don't want a specific section anymore, I can just delete it. I can actually just delete the whole thing if I wanted to. So if I wanted to go delete unit, I can get rid of all of them. And then I can either add them in individually after that, or if I wanted to add in a group one, add all of them in again, I just click the add group, and you can see that they're all now just populated once again based on what's on my scope. This is the assessment and content section. This allows you to edit your current assessment and content, and this is also where the course builder gets its information from as well. So with the course builder, you can either create a new one on the fly, or you can create them in here and upload them into that section as well. To edit something, you just come in here and you type some information, you click Update. You can also add attachments if you wanted to. If you wanted to add more questions to your assessment, you just click the Add Question button, and now you've got a new question that you can provide in relation to this assessment. This is the quiz section for if you wanted to use multiple choice. So you can click on the different ones that are available here. So if we click on the quiz about animals, I can change the title, the description. To add new questions, very easy. Just click the Add Question button, type my new question in here. I update that. I provide a couple of sample answers, and when I'm happy with one of the answers in here, I just make that one correct. So these three answers will appear, and obviously if the student selects this one, that's the one that they will get the correct mark for. this is the assessment section. So once I'm logged in as a teacher, I can see all the assessments that require marking on the left-hand side over here. If I click on the plus menu here, it'll show me the ones that I need to mark. So I can click on the first one. I can see that the question that was asked to the student, the answer they provided, and then it gives me an opportunity for me to actually mark it. So I can say something like, needs more information. If I want to upload anything, I can, and then mark it whether it's satisfactory or not. In this case, it'll be not yet satisfactory. Obviously, just do that for the other questions as well. And then when I'm ready, I just click submit feedback, and then the student will get notified that feedback has been provided and that they need to either make changes or be really happy with the result that they received. Thank you very much for your time and sitting through this presentation. If you've got any question, you can refer to our website for general information, or you can just send me an email or give me a call directly.